welcome back to the channel. It's Spenno just practicing the Gimme Some theme tune to the Ale and Audio podcast and also to the beer I'm about to review. I'll get rid of my guitar, I'll take my coat off, and I'll see you on the other side of the bar. Cheers. So here I am on the other side of the bar, and as you can see, very, very vibrant with this fantastic t-shirt on with the Gimme Some logo from Overtone, which is replicated on the can label. Now, you've probably not even seen this beer. So Overtone, if you go on Overtone's website, you probably have because it's part of a six-pack. But this beer is a collaboration beer between Overtone Brewery and between Ale and Audio, the podcast that you always hear me go on about. Ale and Audio, Ale and Radio. Here we have the t-shirt. This is available from T-Shirt Studios, and on the back it's got the logo there with the Gimme Some on there. So this beer, sorry about the old dulcet tones there. I just thought about that. Not got a warmed up voice or anything, so it was very raw. This beer is called Give Me Some. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about this. Now, I've made some notes because even if I try my best, I will not remember. So, this beer is named after a British singer, Brendan's version of Give Me Some, a top 20 hit in 1977. And basically, that's how it sounds. It's a very bright song. It's a very great song. It's a catchy song. It gets into your head like an earworm. And it gives you that real great feeling. We've been sort of going on about this beer for a long while, sharing it amongst the Instagram and beer loving and pub share community. And honestly, the song, it just really, really picks you up. So this song is the 2025 Friday podcast anthem, which is played after the intro to each episode of the year, creating a Friday feeling that triggers for the listener. So it's a trigger that gives the listener the Friday feeling. It really is good. So what is the beer? The beer is a 6.5% triple dry hopped IPA. Now look at this. It looks fantastic from Overtone. So where does this beer sort of come from? So Pablo Disco Bar is a long-time collaborator and sort of designer. He does all the designing for everything to do with Ale and Audio, all the posters and everything, and he's absolutely fantastic. So a long-time part of the Ale and Audio podcast, got in contact with Overtone and talked about a collaboration beer with Overtone Brewery and Ale and Audio. Well, anyway, they agreed, and this beer happened. Now, we had a big meet-up in Sheffield for the launch at the Commie Pub, and it was absolutely fantastic. I've had this on keg, poured straight out on keg. It's absolutely an awesome beer, and I'm not just saying that because it's part of the podcast. We was all anxious about the beer when we got to drink it, and we all was like, whoa. So this beer has got a Luminosa hops, Strata, Citra, and Citra Cryo. Now, the Citra Cryo, I believe, is sort of like a type of hop that they separate the oils and things, so they can really utilize the hop. It's quite a complicated thing that I've looked into. But anyway, we're going to get the beer out. So the hops that are in this are just giving a complete malty mash of beautiful fruity flavors, different flavors. And also the Strods hop is bringing along like a rock concert cannabis twang to it, as I've read from that hop, and chili peppers and that. So there is lots going on in this beer. It's absolutely awesome. So, but what I'm going to do first, before I crack it open, I'm going to show you the official glass. Here is the glass, Ale and Audio, and then on the back it's got Gimme Some there, Overtone Brewery and Ale and Audio. This glass has been produced by Northeast Trophies. Check them out. I'll share all the links and that. If I don't do it straight away in the descriptions, I'll add them all as I go along because I want to get this beer out. Beautiful glass, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, so the artwork has been designed, I believe, by Pablo Disco Bar. He redrew this by hand, apparently, and this is the Ale and Audio sort of like logo, and that's like the audio coming out like that. Absolutely brilliant. Give me some. Let's get it out into a glass and tell you all about it. Now, I've not had this. Oh, it's lovely and wanting to come out. I have not had this beer. This is the first can that I've had. I've had this on keg. I've not had it out the can, right? I promise you faithfully, this is the first time I'm drinking this. Oh my God, the smell is beautiful. Just as I remember, this is the first time I'm having this out of the can. So this is obviously is the same beer what I've had and tried, but it can taste different out of a can, can't it? Now, what I've done with this, this has been delivered today. It's been a long awaited. We ordered it on Monday, and DPD was like telling everybody that had ordered this beer, like, I'm really, really sorry, but like there's been an issue and it's not coming. So we've been all going, well, oh my God, where's the beer? We really thought we were going to get it on Wednesday, as they told us, and then DPD said, sorry, it's been delayed, and we've all been thinking, oh, we want it. So Thursday night, this is Thursday night. And this is Gimme Some night. So in the glass, look how beautiful that looks. It's just as I remember, rocking the Airland Audio Pub Shed podcast logo there, rocking the Gimme Some there. So it's got a lovely white, pillowy, soft looking, cloudy, beautiful, not cloudy as in like a soft white, snowy white cloud. It looks creamy as well. The head looks creamy. It smells absolutely beautiful. It smells so inviting, really fruity. And it's coming in at 6.5%, which is absolutely brilliant because it's the right ABV. When we went to the launch, I think I literally had 6 pints of it. It's the right ABV to be able to really appreciate this beautiful fresh beer. I mean, the Luminosa hop, as I've read, it gives like bright, fresh fruit flavours. And apparently, in Latin, and I've researched all this, in Latin, it's like called full of brightness. They say it's full of brightness. So this is giving bright, fresh fruit flavours. Then you've got so many flavours going on here. Grapefruit, melon, lime, gooseberry, passion fruit, lychee, mango, strawberries. There's like everything. And then they say about that rock concert, cannabis with the strata and the dried chili peppers. So let's just get into this. Cheers, everybody. Oh, smells beautiful. Oh. It's been a few weeks since the launch. And I remember it being that hit. Now the only way I can describe that is it's definitely, as it says, the description has been peachy and mangoey. And it definitely is peachy. It's got a slight grapefruit bitterness with it. There's every flavour imaginable in there. It's just so fruity. There's so many fruit flavours in there, and they're all blended together so well. It's very slightly danky. It's bigger than a 6.5%. It feels huge. It feels huge in its flavours. If you was to have this without knowing it's 6.5%, you would go, oh, that's it's even slightly warming. This is what it's doing. This is the audio coming out, but it's also the flavours coming out of this beer. I think drinking this beer, each time I drink this beer, I'm going to pick out different flavours like we all are. It has got the loveliest, softest mouthfeel. It's not like sort of like overly oaty or anything like that. It's not as if it's like that overdone. It's just really lovely. It's got just a really beautiful mouthfeel. And it's just a complete and utter juicy fruit bomb. But when I say that, there's no false flavours in there whatsoever. They've picked 4 fantastic hops. I mean, I know you've got the Citra, but you've got that Citra Cryo, which is like breaking apart the oils, I believe, by some sort of cold method. So you sort of get in there's 2 types of oils, I think, in a hop, and it's breaking it apart and really getting the oil to really ramp up the flavours. really. You need to research it. But this, the Citra, the Cryo, the Strata, and the Luminosa, this like literally full of brightness. It really is. It really is. The flavors I get in this is like a grapefruit. I get orange, sort of an orange peel, orange zest. But then the next thing, you're getting sort of like that passion fruit sort of flavour. And every time you're drinking it, you're getting different flavours. And then I noticed, and I do remember on that Friday night when we went out, as you start having a pint and then another pint and another pint, it starts to just completely and utterly take over. And you really realise what an absolutely fantastic beer it is. Now, as a builder, the way I describe the way these hops have been managed in this beer, I always go on about, I don't always go on about, but I love the saturation of hops. But when you've got all that full flavour out of the hops, but without burning, without giving that hop burn. I think a lot of these alcohol-free beers that are out there now have ramped up the hops a little bit too much, and there's no balance to stop that hop burning. This, to me, is like a builder's tea, right? So if you get, and me, I drink Yorkshire tea, so if you have a Yorkshire tea, if you put the tea bag in, give it a quick minute and chuck it out, you're not really mashing it correctly. You're not really mashing it to its full potential. You leave it in there and you let it do what it's doing. And then you give it a little stir and a squeeze, and then you're milking it. You have got the best out of that tea bag. You have let it mash. You've let it mature, and then you got the beautiful flavours. If you put the tea bag in, let it mash for a second, and put the milk on the tea bag, it alters it. So for me, whenever somebody says to me like, would you like a cup of tea? I say, yeah, could I have like a builder's tea, like a really strong tea. But the other thing you can do, you can overdo it. You can overdo it to the point where you've got too much out the tea. It's a bit twangy, a bit tangy, and it just doesn't taste that. So there's that fine balance about letting it mash enough to get that lovely rich flavour out the tea, and then adding just the right amount of milk, for me, this is me, to balance it. So for me, the tea is the hops, and then the milk is the malts to balance it out. This is a big beer for 6.5%. This is absolutely contender for beer of the year. But I'm going to hang on. I'm going to wait. And I think a lot of us have said that. See, I've got a proper orangey flavour come through there. So before I got like a little orange pith, a little light sort of bitter orange. Then I've just had a really fruity orange. It depends how you drink it, how you let it go down your throat, how you hold it around your mouth. And then it just leaves that very slight tingle in the back of your mouth. There's just enough bitterness in it. It's a triple dry hopped IPA, but it's like a New England IPA. So it's not got a heavy amount of bitterness in it. So it's not sort of like, it's not like a normal IPA where you've got sort of like a bit more bitterness to it. It's more like the New England sort of style of IPA where you've got a tiniest little bitterness there to show that the hop oils have done their job to just give you that, we are the hops and we are bringing you the flavour. But there's so much fruit flavour, so much fruitiness about this beer, and it's really refreshing as well, which is hard to say at 6.5%, but it is a crushable beer because it's got so much flavour. The head retention is fantastic. The conditioning of the beer is absolutely brilliant. It's just got so much going on in this beer, and it keeps giving and giving and giving and giving, and it's just giving me some. You know what I mean? It's a fantastic name for a beer. Give me some. Overtone. I didn't know this until Ale and Audio were doing this collaboration. I didn't know. I've had Overtone beers before. Not many, I must admit, but after trying this, I will be having. I've had more of the stout and probably like that, a pale or something, but after trying this now, I will definitely be ordering more Overtone beer. So the collab has definitely worked. It's definitely opened my eyes to Overtone. And what's also fantastic about it is I didn't realise that every single one of their beers is named after a song. So that, to me, I think is fantastic. And also, as well, I had a beer the other night from Overtone that Pablo Disco Bar, who's part of the collaboration, who I spoke of earlier, gifted to me and Janie because he doesn't like stouts. So he gifted me that. And on the can, it had a Spotify scan where you could scan it and it played their playlist of all the songs that have inspired them for the beers. And it's just remarkable. It's just what a great concept. What a brilliant thing to know that every single beer is named after a song. So you can drink the beer and listen to the song. And check out Gimme Some by Brendan's version. If you go on Apple Music or any platform and search it, look for Brendan's version. It's the really bright, proper, good Gimme Some. I would play it, but I don't want YouTube to flag me. But as I stand here now, just look at what's going on around us. Like, you can just see, I mean, Ale and Audio broadcast worldwide. The Ale and Radio broadcast worldwide. And, you know, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And what I love about it and why I love supporting it and why I love being part of it as a collaborator myself is I love the fact that if you listen to the podcast on a Friday, it's available from midnight just as the podcast without the music on all platforms. But if you want to listen to all the music as well, which I really do advise you to do, the radio station is fantastic. You can either go to airlandradio.co.uk and look through there. There'll be a live section there. There'll be all the interaction section and everything. You can send photos. You can interact. You can say hi. If you get a Mixcloud account, you can then listen to it for free. And obviously, you need your data or your Wi-Fi, but you can listen to it for free. But you can interact in the chat below, and it's great. It's brilliant. You can even go on the website and look for offers, and it'll tell you all the discount and offers. We've got breweries that are getting involved all the time. It's just growing and growing and growing. And this is one of the greatest achievements that they've done. It's like a celebration of 4 years doing the podcast, which is fantastic. And I'm only on the outside, sort of like enjoying this beer, like all of the followers of Ale and Audio and all of the pub shade and beer loving community where we all meet up. We're all sharing this beer, and I feel so proud to be, part of that sort of that podcast, to be part of the radio, to do beer reviews and to be a voice on the radio. I'm so proud of that, but I can take nothing for this other than I'm just proud to be able to bring you Gimme Some from Overtone and Ale and Audio, a collaboration beer with a big brewery over in Scotland there. It just makes me feel brilliant for Jimbo and all the hard work that Jimbo and the boys, Dave and Andy and Pablo Disco Bar and everybody that's involved puts into this podcast. And at the start of the podcast, they will always say, don't struggle alone. If you've got a problem, we're a great community. Reach out. There's always somebody here to give you a helping hand. And it's true. We're there for each other. We meet up. We are meeting up on Saturday at a big birthday party for one of the collaborators. And there'll be loads of us there. And it'll be brilliant. And this is on tap as well, where we're going. It's a private party. But yes, it's just great. So check out Ale and Audio, please. And check out Ale and Radio, and please check out this beer at overtonebrewery.com. You can go on there, click on the 6-packs, and they're in there. And I'll tell you what as well, it's £30 for 6 of these cans, so £5 each. I think that's a really, really fantastic price for this absolutely outrageously good beer. So thank you so much for watching. This has been a beer review from the heart, but from my honesty as well, because as far as the cannabis side goes, I've not really hit that yet, but it's interesting with that hot. There is probably a tiny little spice to it, but I think I'm just making that up because it said that. It's more of that like sort of slight grapefruit bitterness. Just very slight tingle at the back that's coming. But anyway, right, this is a brilliant glass. This is from Northeast Trophies, and I have just ordered some glasses myself from them with a different logo, and we've got Oki on the back as well. They are brilliant. Check Northeast Trophies out because it's not just all about the standard glasses. You can design your own glass, and trust me, 2 of these glasses with the design on like that, so 2 logos on etched into the glass so it's never going to disappear if you put it in the dishwasher, was less than £19 delivered. That is fantastic. So they made this glass, and then if they wanted to make another Allen Audio glass with another beer on the back or something, you don't have to buy hundreds of them. You could literally buy 1 glass. That is absolutely fantastic. Right, I've been Spenno. I think I've waffled on enough for this beer, but what I'm going to do is in the link, I'm going to put a link to the Gimme Some, the movie, which Allen Audio have done. I would suggest you watch that. It's funny. It shows all the build-up. It shows how it came about. Shows about the collaboration. If you're interested in beer, please watch that. It's got me singing that song with and doing with Pablo Disco Bar, where he does Sheddy Mercury, a bit like the all that sort of stuff. This is how the song should sound, and lots of like cheer and laughter, and obviously if you want to be part of the community, follow Allen Audio, follow Allen Radio, and then when we do a meetup, come along, come and see us. It'd be fantastic. Right, I've been Spenno. This has been Gimme Some from Overtone and Allen Audio, a fantastic collaboration beer that I'm really, really proud to review. I feel brilliant for doing it. For the guys, not for me, for the guys. It's probably one of the most, other than the, I'm just going to like give this a little shout as well. Oh, I can't because I put it in the, oh, it is here. This was another one I really enjoyed doing. I've still got one left. So the Agadoodoo was a collaboration beer with Paul and Michelle and Simon from Real Ale Craft Beer. I enjoyed doing that because I knew how it made Paul and Michelle feel and that. But this one's really close to my heart. This one's really, really close to my heart. And I'm absolutely glad that I've got this YouTube video to be able to bring it to you guys and show you guys and just see the passion and the love that I've got for this podcast, because it really is. It's not a social media, it's a social gathering. So take care, everybody. Keep safe. This video is coming out just before the Friday. This video has been recorded just before the Friday before the storms, but I don't think I'll get it out tonight. But just have a great day, a great weekend, a great evening, whatever you're doing. And please check out Overtone, check out this beer, and drink responsibly and don't spill it. All right. Cheers, everybody. Take care. Oh, lovely. Cheers.